Tagging me out. Oh my God.
Oh no.
All right, we are live. I am looking for our time ticker here. Tick tock. Hold on. Here we go. Well, hello, guys. We didn't get to do our Veterans Week last week, so we're fast forwarding it and making sure that the Veterans Show goes on. So just want to say thank you to everyone who has served presently or in the past or serving now. Thank you so much. And how's your week, guys? How's Imogen and Brandon this week?
Oh, doing wonderful. We got 16 degrees today. And
wow.
Great yesterday. I got some fireworks. And yeah, and I'm in my home studio tonight.
Excellent. It was 16 degrees. Is that a Chinook or is that luck?
Oh yeah, that's Chinook. Ridge of high
Nice.
pressure, textbook Chinook. Not a lot of wind today, so yeah, I almost went in shorts today.
Oh, nice. Well, excellent. And how's your week been, Imogen, weather-wise and everything else? Mute.
Muted.
Hold on. Can I unmute her?
Uh-oh.
I think I can. Can I? Let me.
Yeah, no, it should be. I should be unmuted now.
You are. We can hear you.
I'm
really here.
Yes, we hear. Thank God.
Glorious.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever the stream starts, there's a weird lag because it's also trying to stream the actual show on my browser. So it's not just the stream, but it's trying to show me on it, like another window opens up where it's showing me the actual feed. I don't want to watch myself on another window. I get enough of my own damn image. I'm done with it. I'm good with one screen, but having it feed while it's streaming, it makes it delay, and that's why every time that happens to my camera, why it just kind of loses connection, mutes, and flickers. It's haunted.
Oh, yep. Well, that makes sense. All right, I don't get to see that on my end. It does look differently for you guys there. So if you want to not do that then and kill that feed, I mean, that's up to you. I don't know how, or just make this the active window and that one a minimized window. But if you're hearing the echo, just kill that other feed. All right.
That's
in the meantime,
I'm trying to control it right now. Yeah.
You handle that, and Brandon, you hit us up with the first question for Veterans Week.
Okay. Well, first question for Veterans Week here. All right. So, our first question: why is Remembrance Day held on the 11th day of November? That's a good one.
That is a good one. Why is Remembrance Day held on? Because nobody forgot, everybody remembered. Stupid answer, but
suddenly everyone's memory kicked in. I'm gonna say it was the official end of. Any smart ass answer I give is just gonna be considered offensive. So I'm gonna not give a fuck and say that it's because some group multinational effort ended. It was an official day of ending, or it was the day that everyone discovered the joy of poppies all at once. The whole Flanders Field thing. It's really there's a little more to that song than we're told. So
why do you say that? Because I was thinking it was the day all the poppies died and stopped growing.
It was all the day. It was the day all the. It was the day that all the poppies bloomed and rampant heroin addiction took the place of actual care for our veterans. So rather than support veterans who really fucking need it, the government said, "Here's some poppies. Enjoy heroin, people. Thanks for your service." So
that wouldn't be a bad parting gift. I mean, if you're going to be in the field and have to go through some shit, I wouldn't mind a poppy in my mouth. I wouldn't mind popping me a poppy. All right.
If I'm going to risk having my face blown off and dragging my best friend's corpse across the field, or if I'm going to go through that kind of hellscape, then yes, I will consider hard drugs. As it is, I'm just going to stick with weed and be a hippie and say thank you.
Agreed. I would have to agree on that point. Brandon, you going to give us the answer before we,
Make it worse.
Get kicked off of Facebook here. Well, the actual answer, nobody's got the answer right. That's right. The answer is the anniversary of the end of the First World War.
See, no, I was partially correct. I'm taking a quarter point for that shit.
Yeah.
I said a day that a multinational effort ended.
Yeah.
And World War I was a multinational effort, and it ended. And yeah, so I get a partial point because that was the first bullshit out of my mouth.
She does. Okay. Points for that one. Not full points.
But... 0.5 for you.
Partial point.
Okay. The points don't matter, and we don't add them up or keep track, but you can 0.5 for now.
Right? This is the place where points mean nothing. So.
That's fucking funny. All right, Imogen, on that note, you can hit us up with the next question.
All right. What year was the first Veterans Day? Was it 1919, 1945, 1974, or 1976?
Ooh. Repeat that?
And remember, this is Veterans Day. So this is American. This is Veterans Day. So 1919, 1945, 1974, or 1976?
I'm going to go 1919.
I'll go 1974.
All right.
Nice. Yeah. Anybody out there got any guesses? I try and play some music, but the internet seems so goddamn. Maybe the weather is traveling up the stream and making the internet's not so great.
Making a little internet-y.
Why can't somebody make the internet great? Huh? And run with that slogan, like.
Oh man, you know what? I've spent so much time since last night and today, like using my little Stellarium app and like watching the Starlink satellites going around, and it is fun. Like I don't know if you've ever seen a Stellarium app or if you've ever used anything like that, but it's an app on your phone where you point it at the sky and it shows you what you're looking at. So
I'm like a Hoolarium, Whatlarium.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. So
it sounds like it.
Yeah.
If you like stars, I definitely check it out.
Yeah. You know what? When I was a kid, I wanted to be an astronaut. But it was one of those, and it was at a time when everyone's like, oh, girls don't do science. You can't do that. Pick something normal. Be a ballerina. Fuck your ballet. I want to be an astronaut. I want to fucking fly a spaceship. I want to get into a fist fight with a fucking alien. I want to surf on a fucking comet. I want to ride the rings of Saturn. Okay? I want to be up there doing insane shit.
But I was thinking the laboratory, like doctory type thing. I think, is it my question now? Did we get the answer on the last one?
I did not give the answer. Okay.
So. Karen said 1945. I said 1974. Brandon said
1919.
Okay.
1919.
The correct answer, Brandon got it. The correct answer is 1919.
Oh, good one, Brandon.
Yeah, so 1945 is the year that World War II ended, but it's not the year of the first Veterans Day. So in 1918 is when an armistice was reached between the Allies and Germany. All the paperwork was signed, everything in France, declaring a cessation to hostilities of the Western Front, effective on the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month. America first marked the anniversary of this date 1 year later. So it was 1 year to the date that the paperwork officially ending World War I was signed. And it was signed at 11/11 on the 11th of November. Just it worked out.
Interesting.
Yeah. Very cool. Guys in suits in an office signing paperwork. The documenting guy, the secretary marked the time, and that's the time. A year later, they celebrated by saying Veterans Day was an official holiday.
Wow, I like it.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, I guess it's my turn. Mine seems that's going to have a bit of Canadian Navy theme. They're veterans too. I can find multiple choice. So, on October 21st, 1910, Canada's Navy came into being. What was its name at the time? Was it His Majesty's Naval Service of Canada? Was it Royal Canadian Navy? Was it Naval Service of Canada? Was it Her Majesty's Naval Service of Canada? Which was it?
I'm going to go Royal Canadian Navy.
Royal Canadian Navy.
What are the options again?
The options are His Majesty's Naval Service of Canada, Royal Canadian Navy, Naval Service of Canada, Her Majesty's Naval Service of Canada.
Yeah, I'm going to say it's the Her Majesty one because that's just like so formal, and the monarchs are all about formality and routine, like formality and ritual and stuff. So I'm going to say it's that one. Her Majesty just sounds over the top.
It was the Royal Canadian Navy.
Son of a bitch! That was my first thought. You know what? I'm not going to give Weed the credit for borking that one. That was just straight up me second guessing and thinking Brits are way too formal on shit.
Right? Oh God! Yep. Don't get me started on the Brits. Remember, I had that job where I worked with them.
Gasp!
I liked them until then.
You know what? That's often how it goes. Like it's yeah. Something you enjoy as soon as it gets work related. The job is where you see the worst of it. You work in tourism, you see the worst of tourists.
In my mind, I had this one idealistic, ideal of what they were like in my mind. And then in reality, they took that pile of balloons and popped the fuck right out of them. I was like, what? Oh, these stuck up Jesus. I never met the likes in my life. I thought they were all royalty. You know, the Irish and the Scots. Thank God for those calls. Yeah, them English. Woo! Back to you, Brendan.
Well, yeah, I guess I'm up 2-0 so far. All right. So this one's really easy. Everybody should know this one. Should be. What flower is commonly worn for Remembrance Day?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm going to throw in the towel.
Right?
Throw in the towel on that one. Do I get a point for that?
Maybe.
At least some mustard packets or something. Where I come from, mustard packets are currency, okay? It was not a well-off neighborhood.
Oh my God. Look, if some parents in Cape Breton, I wouldn't say it was my parents, but I wouldn't say it wasn't one of my parents, used to take the ketchup packets and bring them home and re-squeeze them back into the bottle of ketchup.
Oh my God.
That was a fake story, but it's based on terrible true events.
That is awesome. Good job.
Good job. All right.
All right, Brendan, are you going to tell us the answer?
Yes, I'll tell you the answer. And Riley got it right here. It's the poppy. Woo!
Excellent. All right. All right.
Brandon, could you wake yourself up? Why don't you?
Wake myself up. I'm already ahead 2-0, so I'm wide awake.
2-0. Come on. I got like a 1.5.
Exactly.
1.5
and maybe an extra half a point.
That half point matters. Don't argue with me that it doesn't. I will take that stupid half point. Okay.
All right, good.
All right. What federal holiday often gets confused with Veterans Day? Is it Labor Day, Memorial Day, Independence Day, or Columbus Day?
I'm
These
going to go
interchangeable
with Memorial Day.
Yeah, me too.
Right, do we have any other guesses? Or is Memorial Day what we're doing?
I don't like my trivia questions. I'm here looking for new ones because they give me a hint and it leaves 2 out of 4 answers remaining. It's like, well, fuck, I don't know which one is which. So I kind of guessed that the last one. Yeah, it was wrong. I don't know. I'm trying to backtrack and make up for shit here that I was too lazy to do during the week. Oh my God.
Perfect.
I stick with whatever Brandon said.
Hello, Jenny Donovan.
I'm jumping right on your point wagon there, Brendan.
Yeah.
All right, I'll repeat the question again. See if we have any other guesses. All right.
Hey, Jenny.
What federal holiday often gets confused with Veterans Day? Is it Labor Day, Memorial Day, Independence Day, or Columbus Day?
Yeah. Brandon said what? Columbus Day?
Memorial Day.
Memorial Day. Yeah, that's the one.
You're both guessing Memorial Day?
Yes.
Awesome. All right, the correct answer is indeed Memorial Day. Memorial Day became a federal holiday in 1971 to honor the men and women who died while serving in the military. Veterans Day honors those who served in war or peace and are still alive. Memorial Day is a time to honor the fallen by visiting cemeteries or memorials. So Memorial Day is all about death. Veterans Day is about life.
Excellent.
Two sides of the same coin.
Good job. All right.
That's kind of neat. I never knew that. I don't know much about the American holidays.
No.
As veterans have found more information specifically about Veterans Day, whereas Remembrance Day is kind of all-encompassing, and it's about everyone involved in military service and all the branches of that, both alive and dead. So it is very remembrance-y, but it's also honoring the living. So it's the Canadian one is just a lot more broad in scope. So I think I got a little fine-tuned on some of these. I've already thrown out a few of my questions because they're a little bit overly articulated and just not that exciting.
Well, sometimes trivia can be, educational. So it was good to know. I much prefer the Canadian side myself, just because my brain can only hold so much. And if it's going to hold things, I'd rather hold the Canadian info and let go of the, not so Canadian.
Right? I'm going to be keeping the Canadian stuff, and it's one day of everything and a lot of marching and beer.
You have got much more capacity inside your head and can hold on to a whole lot more information. You remind me like a different version of Frankie for facts. You got a lot of info. I love it. I'm jealous. I wish I could hold all that shit in because I got to keep rereading the same stuff because I fucking forgot half of it. You only got to do it once.
Hey.
All right. So through HMCS Rainbow would be Canada's first naval vessel. Commissioned on August 4th, 1910, this ship was the first commissioned for active duty. Who knows the name of, through HMCS Rainbow would be Canada's first naval vessel, commissioned on August 4th, 1910. This ship was the first commissioned for active duty. Was it HMCS Niobe, HMCS Rainbow, HMCS Canada, HMCS Ontario?
Okay, wait. Can you just say Rainbow was the first one commissioned in the question?
Yeah. So through HMCS Rainbow would be
Rainbow.
Naval vessel commissioned on August 4th, 1910. This ship was the first commissioned for active duty. So I guess when they're commissioned and then when they're active duty is different. Who knew?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Interesting.
Yes.
All right.
Kind of a trick question.
Very much so a trick question. Yeah.
I'm gonna go HMCS Canada.
Okay.
I want to go with a right-in answer and say the HMCS Titanic. We can go in a totally different direction and go with the Bismarck. As it was the Bismarck was the first one in active duty. But you know what? I'm gonna say. I feel like Rainbow is very misleading. Like I want to say Rainbow, but then I feel like one of the other ships that was commissioned for build sneaked in under the wire. But I'm gonna go with Rainbow. I'm just gonna stick to my colors.
Yeah, and the answer was right in the question, and yes, it was. It was Rainbow.
Yeah!
Good thinking. See, good deducing there on the
Ha!
narrowing it down. All right, back to you, Brandon.
All right. Settle down. Okay. World War I officially ended with the signing of which treaty? Which treaty did World War I end?
We're not going to get a guess here. We just got to come out of our own. Which treaty?
Well, I'll give you a couple. I'll give you the Treaty of Paris, Versailles, or the Treaty of Canada, or how about the Treaty of France?
Treaty of France.
Yeah, the Treaty of France totally sounds like his most confident answer.
Yes, Paris or Versailles would be, because Paris was an epicenter of a lot of it was a pretty key city for battleground when it came to World War II specifically was where Paris was more of a key foothold. But No, the treaty was signed between the Allies and Germany in I can't pronounce French words, so I'm just going to say Champagne, France, Compagnie or whatever, France. Well, I want to say Versailles because it's just like a really slick sounding name. I'm seeing a different name here. In the notes I made on my first question.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, 1918 an armistice was reached between the Allies and Germany and Company France, declaring a cessation of hostilities. Blah, 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 11th hour, 11th day. So I'm going to say Treaty of France.
All right. France. What do we got? What's the answer on this one? We've got Versailles, says Riley Don Lesick. Jenny says France. Andre says Versailles. Yeah. Riley says, yeah. What do we got?
I'll put the answer up here, and the answer is
Versailles. Son of a bitch.
He was definitely pulling our legs, and he's got a poker face there, eh, Brandon? Huh?
Damn it, Brandon.
I got a really good poker face, especially when I'm paying attention.
You asshole.
Yeah. I like it. All right. Yeah. Is it you after Brandon? Yeah.
Yep. My go. All right. Okay. Because World War I was a multinational effort, many of the Allied nations celebrated their veterans on November 11th, also called Remembrance Day and Armistice Day. Which of these countries does not celebrate veterans on November 11th? Kenya, Canada, Australia, or United Kingdom?
Doesn't?
Does not.
I will. So you said United Kingdom. You said Canada.
Yep.
And
Australia. Yeah, Australia or Kenya or the other one.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Kenya.
I'm gonna go Kenya.
All right. Ivy is saying Kenya as well. Jenny's saying Kenya.
Yep.
Sweet.
What do we got?
You know what? Y'all are on the right track. The correct answer is indeed Kenya. So the reason for it is that ceremonies are held in Kenya about 2 weeks after the 11th. And that is because it took 2 weeks for news of the treaty to reach the troops in Africa. So peace were declared, and it took 2 weeks before the troops were actually informed. So they were in a holding pattern for those 2 weeks. So that was when word got home, and that's when Kenya now celebrates their day of peace.
I like it.
Yeah.
Cool.
Kind of a weird thing to realize, like kind of a time travel issue on that one. They're still believing things are happening, and for 2 weeks where it's not.
I agree. All right. So is that it for that one?
That is the end of that question.
I feel like we are slackers compared to her, Brendan. She's got all this back history, all this information, all these questions that everybody's asking in their minds, and she answers them. And me and you were like, yeah, that's the answer. Fuck off.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So the Royal Canadian Navy by name came into existence when? 1911, 1939, 1910, or 1967? What do you think it was?
What was it called?
The Royal Canadian Navy came into existence when? 1911, 1939, 1910, or 1967?
I'm going to go 1911.
Well, I think I was wrong about that first one. About the Royal Canadian Navy.
I'm going to say 1910, just because that's the oldest number on there. I think. Or was there something before that?
Royal Navy. All right. So, founded in 1910 as the Naval Service of Canada and given royal sanction in 1911, the Royal Canadian Navy was placed under the Department of National Defense in 1923. So the answer is 1911.
Okay. So it's son of a bitch. So it was something else before that, and then it was rebranded as Royal Canadian Navy.
Yes. Yeah. See, now you know why not all of us get comments.
You know what? I'm good with that. I was wondering what it was called before the Royal Canadian Navy, and you answered that. Like, that's a solid answer.
Little back history and everything's
Awesome.
All right, back to you, Brandon.
Okay. Right. So who wrote the poem In Flanders Fields?
Ned
Oh,
Flanders.
God. The guy with the pen. The guy with the pen wrote the poem.
The guy who wrote
God damn it. I should know this. Every Remembrance Day for fucking years. Like all like fucking 17 years of school.
Something row by row. Oh my God. I wouldn't want to have a lotto right now for trying to recite it because I'd lose. Who wrote it? So Riley says John McCrae. Sounds like a good answer. Mm-hmm.
That sounds.
Anything sounds better than what's in my mind. I have no idea. John McCrae says Jenny too. Oh,
it has.
It must be right.
Such a... Yeah,
Flanders Field kind of name to it.
It has such a Robert Frost feel to it. Like,
and I'm just enjoying
this. Was that one of his pseudo names? One of his pen names?
You know what? I'm gonna go with Riley and Jenny, and I'm gonna say John McCrae. The name sounds familiar, but it could just be that it's a John and McCrae are kind of common names, and that I've heard in a million places. So I'm gonna go with that dude because that sounds like an official name.
It does. I'm reciting it in my head. Oh, Jenny's saying it right now. I believe it. I go with Jenny.
Going with Jenny. Yep. You ready for the answer?
Yes.
Here is the answer.
It's McCrae.
Awesome. Way to go, Brandon.
Right? I knew it.
Well, thanks. I didn't make a question, but
good job.
We try.
Awesome. Little note.
I'm still researching
Fun fact, John McCrae is Brandon's pen name when he was writing poetry.
Go ahead, Brandon.
Really cheerful poetry.
Go ahead, give us a line. Give us a verse.
Oh, you don't have it here.
You can't pull your radio pizzazz out of your ass.
Yeah, what the hell, Brandon?
No, better not do.
Why you no do?
Yeah, all right.
Because.
Okay, hold on. We all know it starts with Flanders Field, where poppies
grow. I thought
grow. Okay, I thought I was never sure if it was grow or blow because I remember
grow.
There was a lot of
grow.
Yeah,
it's not blow.
Okay, because I remember there being windy imagery or some shit, like the poppies like blowing in the breeze or whatever. Okay, between the crosses, row by row.
Yeah. Something about flow. Yeah. Tell us the rest, Jenny. What's the next line?
That mark our place and in the sky.
No, I don't know that line. Doesn't ring
some
any
bird singing. Okay, hold on here.
Yep, you're right. That mark our place in the sky. The lark still bravely sing and fly. Yes, see, Jenny. Come on, Jenny. Keeps out the last one. What is it?
Okay.
See, Jenny knows. God love her. Me and Jenny used to work together. She was always so useful. All the information she had was so wonderful.
Okay. The lark still bravely singing flies, scarce heard amid the guns below. We are the dead short days ago. We lived, felt dawn, saw sunset glow, loved and were loved, and now we lie in Flanders Fields. Take up our quarrel with the foe, to you from falling hands we throw. The torch be yours to hold it high, if ye break faith with us who die. We shall not sleep through poppies, though poppies grow in Flanders Fields.
That's the one. Yes.
Yeah, I remember I always thought it was kind of neat because it was all like morbid and deathish and whatnot. And that just spoke to me.
Yeah, totally. I love that
poem.
I can't remember. I did not remember it being that long. I thought it was shorter. It goes to show how much
I remember. Yeah, I just remember the school assemblies being like really long and drawn out, and the assemblies were horrible. it was a whole lot of like guilt trip from our teachers with like, you kids are ungrateful and not thankful and you don't understand how much you have. And I'm thinking, oh, you bitch, I got to go out and like pick my own food if I'm going to eat something tonight. So fuck you about privilege. Like there was these long, terrible assemblies and yeah, it was poorly handled. I remember that much. I remember thinking like having met veterans and talked to veterans, they were incredibly cool people and had a lot of really wild stuff to say without glamorizing and glorifying horrible things. But then here we're dragged into these awful assemblies that's like just this march of shame and boredom, and then we're all being reprimanded for not being like really into it. And yeah, I did not like those. Could have been handled better.
Yeah. All right. My question: in which year did the Royal Canadian Navy cease to operate under that name? So when did they stop operating under the Royal Canadian Navy name? Only for that decision to be reversed 43 years later. So in which year did they stop operating under that name, Royal Canadian Navy, and for only for that decision to be reversed 43 years later? What a horrible question. So we got years 1945, 1914, 1958, or 1968. So which year did the Royal Canadian Navy cease to operate under that name, only to be reversed 43 years later? 68, 58, 14, or 45? Which year?
Ooh, I'm going to go 45.
Yeah, I want to say 45 as well, just because, like, if it had a different name for all that time, like, I've always known it to be Royal Canadian Navy, and I'm, like, 70 now, so I'm going to say that it would have been, you know, long enough ago that I wouldn't remember it, so I'm going to say 45.
We do have a right answer on the board. So Jenny says 1945. Riley Don Lesnick says 1968. The answer is 1968. Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I know. Shocker.
Good job, Riley.
Good job. Yes. Very good job. All right. Back to you, Brandon.
All right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which one shall I choose now? Oh.
There's so
Oh, this one. What's another name for Remembrance Day?
Oh, is it
November
Canadian?
11th, Poppy Day, Day of Sadness, Veterans Day, Memorial Day,
Yeah, I'm thinking probably Memorial Day.
Armistice Day.
Armistice Day. You're right. I'd say Jenny's got it right with Armistice Day because as soon as you said it, Jenny wrote it down there. And Riley
Day to say, fuck you, hippies.
Mm-hmm.
Do something with your lives.
Right. I know.
To be fair, though, I actually did try and join the army at one time. I just didn't. There was some medical issues in play where it's just I was not a good fit. It didn't work. I wasn't allowed. I was a little upset about that. But I did make the effort. I did try. I did go through the hoops, and I did go into the office and have the chat. And then I was sad that it didn't work.
Mm-mm. Life can be definitely, complicated.
Disappointing.
And that, yes, especially that. So nobody's guessing other than what we got down there. Armistice Day says Jenny, and Poppy Day said Riley. So I'm jumping on Jenny's wagon there with the Armistice Day, and Riley said her grandma called it Poppy Day. What do you got there for us, Brandon? What is it?
The answer that I'm looking for. All the other ones are really good answers, though. I have to say, I'll probably have to give you all half points for all those other answers. The answer I'm looking for is this one from Jenny. Hey!
Say hi, had it!
Good job, Jenny! Woo!
Awesome.
Back to you, Imogen. Mm-hmm.
All right. What was the original name? Going American here. What was the original name of Veterans Day before President Dwight D. Eisenhower officially changed it in 1954? Was it Decoration Day, Veterans Day, Arbor Day, or Armistice Day? Ooh. I know, tricky one.
I know. It sounds just like what we just answered. Is it the same or is it different?
I'm going to say the same answer as my last question. Just for for giggles.
Just for giggles.
Arbor Day. I want to say Armistice Day again, too. And Lucius says, good morning. That's your friend, Imogen? That's
Hi, Lucius.
Hello, thanks for tuning in. Nothing worse than doing.
If you're with Noodle, please poke him in the face with a pencil.
Me too. I'm still jet lagged on the time change. Is anybody else having difficulty, or is it just, me? You guys finding it hard, or is it flowing gently up there? Your body
I'm just noticing it's getting dark at 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
Thank you, Lucius.
Getting dark at 5 o'clock? It's getting dark here at 4.
Anyway, so...
Yeah, time change does suck. 4 o'clock, and it's like by 4:30, it's pretty dark here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it sucks. It's just gonna get shorter.
Are you gonna guess an answer? All right. So the question again: what was the original name of Veterans Day before President Dwight D. Eisenhower officially changed it in 1954? Was it Decoration Day, Veterans Day, Arbor Day, or Armistice Day?
Yeah, Arbor Day. Arbor Day sounds good. Mm-hmm.
All right.
Just like homework. Looking for these questions, these answers, because I used up all the hints. Arbor Day says
Arbor Day. Awesome.
Yeah, I know.
Riley had said Armistice Day. Jenny said Arbor Day. All right. The correct answer is Armistice Day. President Eisenhower changed the name to honor not only veterans of World War I, but veterans of all eras. So he changed it to Veterans Day to cover a lot more.
And World War I, that's a long time ago, back in 1914 to 1918.
Yes. Do you know anyone that was in that war? Any family members, Frankie?
My great-grandfather was in World War II back in 1940s.
Nice. Mine too. My grandfather. So what you up to tonight? I love your new Dooley's hat.
And that means things are great so far.
Good. You find it cold out?
Things are great so far. It's cold outside right now in Sydney, Nova Scotia, as of right now.
It is cold out. Who gave you the new hat? Did you buy it or they give it to you?
They gave it to me in 2019.
Oh, nice. 2019. Well, someone said, Frankie, can we please move the total solar eclipse by a week? I can't make it up.
Monday, April 8th, 2024.
Oh, gosh. Well, Andrew, if you give it right now with enough notice, then maybe you should, you'll have to watch it online. You can catch the after effect, not the live one. Hey, Frankie.
Monday, April 8th, 2024.
Mm-hmm. He said he can't be.
There's no such a day as Monday, April 38th.
Oh, my God. So this guy's a funny guy.
I love the things that crack Frankie up.
Oh, yeah. I don't think I've ever seen you laugh so hard, Frankie.
Oh my God.
That's a good one.
Jesus Christ.
That's a good joke. I don't know where it came from, but that was a good one there, Andrew. I'm glad you got Frankie laughing so hard. I don't think I've ever seen this in my life.
AW has a free Wi-Fi.
Oh, is he here?
Frankie's back to stealing Wi-Fi. Thank you.
I'm in pain with all this laughter. But I think it's pretty funny, guys. Well, I'm happy to see that you got a warm hat on for the winter. How's Charlotte Street doing this week? Any updates down there, Frank?
Dude, Stalin. Some kind of thing to put trees on it.
Nice. Well, it's definitely looking a lot more presentable down there. Oh, there's still a machine. Dear God.
What's going on there?
Paving. It's a lifetime paving project that they've taken on. Up the taxes, so we've got a pretty one now.
There's a chance a volcano going to erupt in Iceland. There's a high chance of it.
I hope it doesn't. How many people is that going to affect?
A lot. They tell you that's going to Iceland because volcanoes acting up.
Okay.
I think Frankie's just getting
April 38th. Okay. Tell them about the news report that's volcano. No, listen here, Andrew. I'm not sure which April or which May you're. But we're on November, and there is no 38 days in any calendar month.
There's no such a date as April 38th.
No, I think he's on a speed. He's too funny. Maybe my lights got breaking. You like these lights? I'll confuse him again. I'll try and give him a sticker. Look, Frankie. I still have the sticker here for you. The sticker, you have no idea what you'll stick to. Too funny.
There's no such a date as April 32nd, 2072. There's no such date as April 32nd.
Mm-hmm. This guy's quite the jokester. I don't know. Where's this? Do you know this Andrew Herbert fellow?
Yeah, he's a nice guy.
All right, so he's a friend. You guys joke a lot. Are you going to Dooley's tonight, Frankie?
Yes, I'm going to Dooley's right now.
You're going right now? Thanks for coming, Frankie. All right, just like that, he's gone. He comes in and goes.
I think he's been to Dooley's already.
I've never.
Frankie's had a couple of drinks already.
Have you ever seen him
I'm
laugh
just
that
gonna throw
hard?
this out there. Yeah, I'm just gonna throw this out there. Frankie does drink a little bit. He doesn't exactly. You'll never see Frankie falling down drunk. He'll have a couple, but Frankie, he gets a little buzz. This is Frankie at his Frankiest. That's the Frankie I know. All right, I'm just gonna put that out there.
I've never seen him laugh that hard ever. This was the first for me. I loved it. It was pretty hard not to laugh with him.
Oh my god! When he gets going, holy fuck, he will set everyone off.
Oh yeah,
that guy's awesome.
He is. He for sure is. You know, somebody put in one of the rooms this week about they would make their friend's birthday week if Frankie would do a shout out for them. So I sent him a message, and sure enough, he did a video and he sent it over to the guy's friend and sent it to the guy, and I couldn't believe it. It was like, wow. Everybody sends me this thing. Frankie should do cameos and charge for it. I sent the thing over to Frankie. I was like, did you ever check this out? He's like, I don't do cameos. I was like, all right. So somebody sent it to him before.
Yeah. So like I'm on Cameo. I do Cameo. I don't do a lot. I've done a little bit, but I'm on Cameo. Oh. And I'm like, and I've had that conversation with him. I'm like, Frankie, you are who this is meant for. People contact him all the time. Frankie, can you do a video? Can you say happy birthday? Can you just say hi? Can I have a picture of you? Blah, blah, blah.
He should. So what does one of those things pay? It must have like a flat rate or something for how long you do it or whatever.
There's different rates. There's different price points and different kind of categories, like for different things that you do. There's this whole price structure for different stuff. If it's just a simple, like, happy birthday, you're the best and whatever, then it's like one fee. If it's like, a more in-depth kind of thing, then it's a different one. You can hire, like, you can get celebrities to basically just like, kind of pitch your product, do like real short little pitches for things. You can get limited commercial use for different type stuff like that or whatever. There's a lot of different things. Go on the website, check it out, take a look, cameo.com, poke around. You can see like, old fucking wrestlers if you want, like,
wow.
Yeah, if you can get like old wrestlers to like just do crazy, like do their catchphrases and say your name or whatever.
Never until that person sent it and I sent it to Frankie. Like, I checked it out before I sent it to him, of course, just to make sure it was legit. And I was like, that's a pretty nice thing for Frankie to get extra revenue for him. But yeah, he's not.
Mhm. He is so opposed. Like, why is he opposed? Come on, Frankie, you're exactly who it's for.
Right?
Crank it up, man.
Yeah, I'm only about 25 years away from signing on to it. If
Awesome.
Too funny. Oh, so you gave your answer. Oh, God. Brendan, you want to go ahead with another question? Because I'm still looking for the answers for my 2 submarines.
Okay. So this one here, I hope I say this one right. What does cenotaph mean?
Whoa.
What?
Cenotaph. I think that's how I say it.
Cenotaph? CENOTAPH?
Yes. What does it mean? I don't know.
Why did you get an H in there?
Because there is an H in
How
this.
did you get an H in there?
Yeah. And is it a silent H?
That's what it spells.
So, okay. I've never heard it pronounced that way. I've never seen it with an H. Cenotaph is a monument for an empty grave. It's like kind of like a headstone for someone who's not here, someone who dies overseas or their body's never found, missing in action, whatever.
Like those monumental things in parks.
Exactly.
Or a
pretty
building.
Much, yeah. It's like a grave marker or a marker, a memorial type thing. Basically a headstone for someone who's not in the grave.
Does it have to be
an empty grave?
Many.
A really cool garden stone.
Oh. Just not getting stoned in the garden. She meant a garden stone, Brandon.
Yeah. I mean, if you want to get stoned with the garden stones, you're very welcome to, because garden stones will get you stoned if you're a gnome, but that's okay.
Or if you're into the show Outlander, some garden stones can get you into the past, way back. Oh my God. Yeah. So did we get the answer to that one?
The answer to this one is the empty tomb, which goes to grave, as you know.
Yeah. Ah.
Good job.
See, sometimes you know what I'm talking about, maybe.
A little bit once in a while.
Once in a while.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Good guess, Jenny.
All right, let's see here. I've got 3 questions left that I haven't used here. 3 that are prepped with answers of some sort. All right. Which of the following forms of Canadian currency has never been embellished with a Remembrance Day poppy? A nickel, a $10 bill, a quarter, or a toonie? Now remember, our money is super decorative. Like, we have decorations on bloody well every fucking thing every week. I have to actually look at the currency amount on the coins to make sure I'm looking at the same thing, because they do not all have the same damn design.
Say those dollar figures again, the denominations.
Okay. Oh, sorry, just something awesome popped up on my screen. Okay. This is a little bit more family oriented, just saying. Okay, so.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so which of the following forms of Canadian currency has not been embellished with a Remembrance Day poppy? Was it a nickel, a quarter, a toonie, or a $10 bill? Which of our money have we never splashed a poppy onto?
I'm going to go with nickel. I feel like I can remember it on the $10 bill. I feel like I can remember it on the quarter. And I remember some commemorative fucking thing on the quarters. I don't know, but I feel like a nickel's too cheap to put it on.
Yeah, I'm going to go with nickel.
Yeah, nickel again, huh?
Oh.
All right. Let's see what the rest of everybody else thinks. Jenny says
our quarters do have. Yeah, you know what?
I can remember a poppy on
that was a super awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Our quarters, to be fair, our quarters are the ones that like really confuse tourists a lot, because we have a different design every month for our quarters. So like there's always something. Like when we had the Olympics, every month had a different Olympic sport, or we quite often have Aboriginal artwork on them, or like we had like 3 different series of Aboriginal artwork on the quarters. The provincial ones where there's symbols of the provinces and territories, and every month we do not have a set standard for quarters. So it's a really good way to mess with tourists, is just to give them a handful of shrapnel and expect them to figure it out. There's a bunch of little, yeah.
Well, Jenny's confused me with her answer. She said she's had a veteran nickel on Remembrance Day, I had a Flanders Field 10, and a poppy quarter. Well, now I feel like I've seen it on all of them, because I swear I can remember that goddamn toonie with a poppy on it with something red.
The toonies were one of the first ones that actually had, the quarters were the first ones that had the poppies on them, and then the toonies had the little red poppies. Quarters, I think, were just embossed, but the toonies actually printed it in color, and I think that might have been the first time that it was printed in color on the coins. But the answer that I have is that it was a nickel. According to what I was reading, the nickel has never had a poppy on it. Now, if we actually did print a poppy on the nickel, that would be super cool, because like nickels were the only currency that didn't go through a lot of different things. Dimes had more like centennial commemoration. There was all sorts of different things on the dimes. We had like 5 different versions. The pennies, we had different versions of stuff. It was a lot more limited, but the nickels inexplicably were never really decorated or touched at all.
Yeah, so I don't have a nickel either, Jenny. So if you can find that nickel or ever come across one,
that would be super cool.
Stay on the nickel.
The V nickels. Okay, not a poppy, the V nickels. Yes, that one I do remember. It was I think it was
what was your question? Was it a poppy on the
a poppy?
A poppy,
the question was, which one did not have a poppy? Okay. I do remember the V nickel. I remember it as being the victory nickel. Which would be veterans as well, right? Like it was a victory that was a good win. So
you're right, Jenny. It wasn't a poppy on the nickel. It was a V for veterans, but
that's super cool.
Poppy picture of poppy on it. But yeah, so that's
it
good.
Was a memorial, but not a poppy.
Cool. All right, since you got 2 more questions, you can either do 1 more question or you can do both questions. What do you think, Brandon? You want to do a question?
Well, I'll do one. I'll do one. Okay.
Yeah,
here we go. In what year were artificial poppies first sold in Britain? What year would that be? First year artificial poppies sold in Britain.
This feels like a 60s design. It's got like a 70s velour kind of velveteen thing going on, and I'm thinking that with this glorious velveteen delightful.
If they made them in older days, they probably made them out of wood. The wooden poppy.
Yeah, that's actually kind of a cool project.
Yeah,
that would be a cool project. Cool. My whole house is an art studio. I got so many art projects on the go right now. It is unbelievable. And that now I just want to do some woodwork stuff, but I've already got like 8 wood projects going. So,
dang. Okay.
This is the urge.
I know. When the urge hits, you got to start crafting. It's like cooking. You either feel like it or you don't. It's like cleaning. You got to get in. When you're feeling that cleaning urge, it's like going to take a poop. Okay, I got to fucking go right now. All right? No, seriously, I got to go. Yeah, because this urge to clean, it's going to fucking leave as quick as that urge to, bathroom.
All right, I give up. What's the answer?
What's the answer?
Here we go. Mm-hmm. The answer is 1921.
Ah!
Rodney or Riley got it right. Nice job. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Good. Good. Okay.
All right. Okay. Now this one, this is a little point that is a bit of a low-key topic of discussion amongst a few people, but not a commonly known thing. So now the fatalities on the battlefield, there are a lot, and it's not just human element. There were a lot of animals involved in the various war efforts. There are a lot of animals involved in a lot of different ways. When we had our trivia theme of dogs, one of the things that I had brought up was the first therapy animal was a little dog. So Animals have their own poppy. Now we only see these guys, the guys from the veterans of the legions, kind of, that they're at the grocery stores and whatnot, and they're collecting donations. But we don't see the animals one. It exists. This is an actual formal designation. What color of poppies are worn to honor animals who were also victims of war? Are they blue, yellow, purple, or green?
Blue, yellow, purple, or green. None of those remind me of animal fur. Blue, yellow, purple. I'm going to go with purple.
Purple.
Also. Yeah, Riley's saying purple, Jenny's saying purple. And I have seen purple in all these war movies of, the Purple Heart. So I will say also, yep.
The correct answer is actually purple. Animals, when the animals who are involved, they're so trained, they're so conditioned, they are on par with the soldiers. They have the exact same conditioning and instincts. They serve just as aggressively and they serve just as selflessly as the human veterans that are in there. They are there with the same intent as everyone else involved. They are there with the people, but because they're animals, they're kind of pushed into that, but they have a different mechanism. Their color is purple, and that is the way of giving them a Purple Heart without giving them a Purple Heart, but it still honors and puts them on par with everyone else.
I love it.
Yeah.
Like the backstory on it. Very nice. Yeah. All right, Brandon, you can either do another one or Imogen can finish us off for the night. What's going to be?
Well, first I'll tell you a little bit of tidbits about my history here with at World War II. My great-grandparents were in the Air Force. They met in the Air Force. There we go. In the World War there. And so that's a little bit of my history there. And I'll send things back over.
History is almost like a pre-sac. So you weren't quite in your dad wasn't there. It was your granddad. So
great-grandparents.
Oh my God.
Brandon's just the baby of the group. Brandon's a lot younger than
You were nowhere to be thought of, is what we're trying to say.
No, not at that moment. No.
Brandon was a thought. Brandon wasn't even a crack of the beer yet.
Did they have radio then?
Probably did. Yeah, they did have radio.
They had telegraph.
Mm-hmm. You right? Marconi, he's over this way. Mm-hmm. And we'll let Imogen finish us off.
Yeah, all right. Second here. Hold on, I'm getting something.
Your great grandfather, not your great grandfather, yeah?
It is my great grandfather. Great.
Just plain great.
I've known him for right up until 2014. Yeah.
Oh wow, my grandfather was in World War II, but I never met him. He died before I was born.
All right, so I'm a collector of some things. Amongst my collections, I have a lot of very old books, like 150 years old. I have a first print of the White House cookbook from like the first fucking president. Like it's authenticated, it's ancient. One of the other things that I have here, an actual little telegraph machine.
Oh my God.
Yep.
Wow.
An actual telegraph machine. Down in my basement, I have a phonograph, or a gramophone. So it's got a steel needle to it. You put the giant extra heavy duty record on it.
Any Morse code. That's what I was thinking. Do you know any?
Yep. But I also have a collection of military stuff. I've got some very old medals and things. They're all like in a little case, so digging them out is a bit of a challenge right now. But one of the things that's kind of the centerpiece of my collection is a very old helmet.
Oh my God.
It has
shrapnel.
Yep. Those are bullet holes. This had a human skull in it when it was found. It is legal for me to have this. There was some paperwork and everything, and there's barbed wire on it. I've got the little information card somewhere around here with all the details. There's like remnants of this is steel banding.
Jesus.
Yeah, steel banding. There's somewhere on here. It won't be visible on the camera, but like there's little hints of like there's faded paint
I see
Yeah,
it.
there's like faded paint from the designation that, where you could see like the stamp for basically identifying the rank of the person wearing it. Yeah, military history, particularly battlefield stuff like the guns. Like my go-to rifle is actually an SKS, which is World War II Russian. My go-to pistol is a Tokarev, which is also Russian. It's heavy, it's steel, it's bulky, it is a fucking workhorse.
Wow.
But yeah, so
sounds like a boyfriend somebody might want.
heavy and steel. Give me heavy metal, and I am happy.
Like Wolverine or whatever, X-Men or whatnot.
Adamantium.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Give me a metal skeleton and
Right.
Put some steel rods in there and titanium bones and like metal plates and now if you take that titanium skeleton, put it in the body of a twitchy drummer where it's just like all weird and robotic, like a robot short circuiting, or you know what, RoboCop. I'll just throw it out there. Let's just go with RoboCop, okay? Optimus Prime, RoboCop. That's my jam. I have Kevlar in a RoboCop costume for a reason. All right. Not going to get too far down the rabbit hole on this, but
right. Well, we're at our hour. Do we want to do another question, or do we want to wrap it up?
Brandon, do you want to do another question?
You want me to do another one? Okay. Let's see what I have in here. Oh, damn, we did that one already. Okay. Let me see. Oh, this one right here. Remembrance Day is observed in Commonwealth countries alongside Britain. Is that true or false?
I go true.
I'm going true. The one odd one out was Kenya because of the delay in getting the message to the front lines. So that was the one that was out, but everyone else was doing it on the same day because they were all in the same room. They all had the same Morse code. They all had the same little telegraph.
What did I say, Brandon?
That was awesome.
Yeah. In grade school, we actually did have a very short, when we were learning communications, different communication methods, and we were learning the history and origin of telecommunication. Morse code was one. We actually did spend a day learning Morse code. It was one day, so we didn't learn anything, but we had fun with it, just understanding the different incarnations of how to communicate our own language. So, yeah. Right. Spend a day learning Morse code as a kid and never remembered anything beyond SOS like the rest of us.
Exactly. So what was the answer to that one, Brandon?
Well, the answer was true.
True. Knew it.
Yeah, boy.
Love it. Well, guys, thanks for tuning in. Veterans Week was great. Had lots of laughs. I've never ever seen Frankie laugh so hard in my life. So this is going to be a good one to keep for memory. I hope everybody enjoyed that special moment we all had tonight, because I don't know if we'll ever laugh that hard again. Awesome, Jenny. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you all have a great week. And don't forget to tune in with Marie and me on Sunday at 10 o'clock. As usual, we've got a juicy show for you. You don't want to miss it. It's Dead or Alive. You'll die if you don't watch it. No, just kidding.